Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the man, myth, the legend, Matt, the mortgage guy. Someone who I think's helped more one rental at a time fans with mortgages than anyone else. Thank you for doing this for the last couple of years. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, I poked around and saw some the library on your channel. We've done quite a few videos, and I was thinking about it too. I was like, I don't have a single friend in my life that I meet for coffee every Wednesday and hang out with. So cheers to you, buddy. Our standing Wednesday appointment. You know,
That's right.
It's been fun.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I have done you a disservice of is I haven't really reminded or even educated my audience because you were helping so many, but you have a lot of really cool programs. And the one I'm going to highlight here and probably put in the title, 40-year mortgages. We've talked about them coming. But you have them. They are here. You could do 40-year mortgages, a couple of different flavors, non-QM. So you've really expanded what you could do. You've joined UMW,
U-Mortgage,
whatever. That brings more weight and sophistication in stuff. So let's talk about 40-year mortgages, because I think a lot of people might benefit from turning to those. I personally don't like them, but again, I'm 50 and can't imagine paying a mortgage at 90. If I was 25, I might honestly look at them, but let's talk about 40-year mortgages. What do you got?
Sure. Yeah. And it's one of those things like with anything else, you know, it's not for everybody. You should look at your scenario, talk to somebody who, you know, is actually an investor themselves and can talk you through, you know, pros and cons. And I've got an investor right now that's actually doing a special where there's no rate hit. Usually, you know, you take the 30-year fixed rate and they say, okay, we can also do 40-year interest only. It's going to be a quarter higher. Right. They're doing a special right now where it's like no hit, same rate as the 30-year fixed. So, you know, if a borrower wants that lower payment, most of the 40-year IOs out there are a 10-year period. Interest only kind of converts into, you know, an amortized 30-year loan after that 10-year period. Mm-hmm. Who knows where you're going to be in 10 years, right? And so, you know, at least for the short term, for people, that's part of the strategy to have more cash flow and lower payments. This is a great product. And to your point, yeah, I talked to tons and tons of folks from One Rental at a Time. Great community, love working with them. Sometimes I get the, oh, well, that's a non-QM loan. I'll go shop for that. Or who can you refer me to? And as a mortgage broker, you know, we've got access to everything. I've always been a proponent of not trying to do all of it though, right? Like as a broker, there's construction to permanent, there's rehab loans, there's down payment assistance, there's non-QM, all of it, right? And so I'm not going to take on bridge loans and everything. What I have taken on, at least since 2019, is non-QM loans. And as they've gained in popularity, I think I'm probably doing folks a disservice by not promoting it, because then what you get is, you know, newcomers that come along and they don't know non-QM as well, or they're sending it like here's something that people need to consider. You know, you're out there shopping, you find a great deal. You've got a 30-day contract. Non-QM is probably the last space you want to go hunt and price. Right. And I had this great conversation with a client, actually a One Rental at a Time person. Don't know if he wants a shout out or not, so I won't, you know, shout it out. In contract on a great property. And, you know, like I told him, there's some players in the non-QM space that I'm brokering to, Angel Oak, Home Express, that have done it for a long time and they do it really well.
Right.
As the market turns, everybody wants to do non-QM, right?
Yeah, it's funny. I actually think non-QM will be it's almost like the wild, wild west, right? I think non-QM, I don't know who these vendors are, Royal Oak, whatever they were. There was a space between hard money and conventional, which they filled for a long time and got good at it. With conventional lending, I think tightening up, going very owner-occ, anti-investor. I think the non-QM space is going to blow up with activity and maybe even bad actors.
And sometimes it's not even necessarily a bad actor, you know, whether it be, you know, a loan officer or a company or any of that. I talk to people every day where I go, listen, I don't think it's bad intentions. Yeah. It's just not educated. And so, you know, to chase down a quarter better in rate and kind of be a test dummy for some of these companies that are learning their way through non-QM, let's not do that, right? most of these people getting these loans, they know it's not a forever loan. So let's go with a trusted partner who knows the, loan. And, my account exec for Angel Oak has been doing it for decades, literally focused on non-QM for decades. This is somebody I trust that, we're going to get it done in timely fashion with the least amount of pain for the borrower, which is what they're looking at. They're in 1031 exchange. There's no room to,
you don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So again, I think you said it. I want to say it again. I probably have done you a disservice. I've always pegged you as a conventional guy. And now, now that we're, you have this and this other avenue, I think people come to you, they can compare, because sometimes, let's be clear, non-QM is the only answer. It's the only answer given they want to do it in an LLC or, whatever. But there's some people doing this that maybe they do want to compare, right? They still have 10 loans, right? So this is number 6, but maybe a non-QM is faster, less debt coverage, whatever. I think coming to a guy like you and comparing might be interesting, because I have other non-QM lenders on the channel, and they're like, nope, we don't go there, right? So that's why it was always easy for me to say, again, Stephen Dow, Velocity Mortgage, for example, who's been on every Friday for a long time. You're the non-QM guy. You don't do owner-occ, right? He's very clear. I don't play in owner-occ, and you've been the owner-occ guy. So again, I think maybe I did you a disservice.
And we could even delineate where it's like, debt service coverage ratio, bank statement loans, that, those fairly vanilla non-QM stuff. I do it 50, 40, 10, some stuff that Steve Dow does. Do not do it. Right.
Yeah.
And
don't play there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And we play nice in the sandbox because Steve Dow's a great dude, knows his stuff. And so, highly recommend him. But it is an option. And like you said, I'm talking to folks every day. Maybe they don't even have their 10 loan limit, but maybe they have some sort of complication, 6 corporations, right? So conventional financing is just a really dragging them through the mud. And they're like, you know what?
I don't want to go. It's that's why I don't do conventional. It's like, could I? Maybe, but I'm not going through the meat grinder, especially today. Oh my God.
Right. You want to spend a month, basically, all the paperwork that you'd ever collect to file your taxes.
I sent almost 200 leases one time, and a lease is 15 pages. Well, let's be clear. I didn't send them. My team sent them.
3,000 pages worth of documents. That sounds like a good time. And then have everybody label it and sort it into a loan operating system. And that's the thing too. The lender on the other side was like, yeah, I made a commission, but it worked out to 50 cents an hour on the amount of time I spent on that damn Zuber file.
Yeah. And by the way, it never closed. So good luck, buddy. You lied to me.
You owe that guy a gift card or something.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, you've been helping one rental at a time forever. You've created bonus content that saved people thousands of bucks in my course, which is crazy. I charge $320, and you have a couple of videos alone that saved people thousands. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Check out Mike's course. Check out the bonus content. If you want live answers from a mortgage originator on Matt the Mortgage Guy on YouTube, I'm going live every single week. I've got a bunch of travel coming up. So although I've been trying to do Mondays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, the next few weeks might be wonky, but nonetheless, if folks are interested about mortgage stuff, I've got a bunch of videos that I'm planning on. I literally have a backlog of cool stuff that's coming, right? Like the cash offer program from Home Point, how to calculate RSU income, which for whatever reason, I'm doing a ton of Amazon, Google, Snapchat. That's an interesting conversation, by the way.
Yeah.
About RSU income.
After a 48% drop on Snap, that's a very interesting conversation.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff. I'm nowhere near, Zuber's thousands of videos, but I'm getting up there. I'm getting up to 650 or so.
That's cool.
Mortgage and real estate related videos. So go subscribe to Matt the Mortgage Guy if you haven't yet.
There you go. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.